In regards to the mythology surrounding werewolves, we are pretty traditional in the way that we follow the rules. It's on the 30th day of every month, the full moon, even as Josh is transforming, and you're going to see this in the pilot episode in the first couple minutes. Josh is fighting the transformation every step of the way, and his face, in fact, is the last thing that transforms.
When we first started talking about the wolf with Adam, we had very vague ideas. We knew we didn't want a very mean-looking wolf. We knew we didn't want a puppy dog either. So it was all a process of trial and error.
We basically mixed everything together. Sketched it, sculpted little maquettes, little miniature versions of the wolf, and discussed it with everybody at Sci-Fi News.
We sit together and we say, okay, we like those legs, we like this snout, we like this thorax or this area, and these legs and these arms and these paws, and we all got to a point where we liked what we saw. So we sent it to everybody, the producers, the network, and everybody said, that's it.
And we came up with what we have now, which are stages and looks and colors and amount of hair. And you know, it is a lot of research, but it was fun research. You know, being paid to watch movies is always fun.
We work a lot with prosthetics. We use both techniques to go from a full human to a full CG wolf. The idea being that Eric, who's doing the prosthetics, will design different stages. That gives us steps to go from and morph from one part to the other.
With the amount of prosthetics we need, we had to mold Sammy. So we made a plaster mold of him, his whole body and his face, ears, teeth, everything, to sculpt and make all these prosthetics just for him, so they fit better and they look better on screen.
You know, needless to say, your face changes, and so it goes, you know, from, you know, this. I think we've got 2 or 3 different facial prosthetics that we put on in stages, and the CG will kind of, I guess, take them from stage to stage, which is kind of what's happening here. It starts with this horrible searing pain in your guts. The theory is that the wolf has a lot more stomach acid in order to digest, you know, all the crap he's eating, animals and raw flesh and, you know, live deer and, you know, all that stuff that wolves eat. And then what happens is your structure starts to change. Your fangs extend and your claws emerge. Right, so that's kind of what's happening here.
This is what we call the stage 1 prosthetic. So Eric put this prosthetic nose on, prosthetic teeth on, and the prosthetic ear on, from which is our starting point to go from that to the finished snout.
Right now, they're gluing on a facial prosthetic. It's actually the first stage of the transformation. And this will be all painted and match my skin tone, look all veiny and crazy. And I'll have the first stage of the claws. They're resin, and they have done a beautiful job painting them. They're basically just super glued onto my fingernails. And I'll have crazy teeth in, and it's pretty cool. Today, this is all I'm doing because it was such a huge day that they actually used a couple body doubles to put the other stuff on so that I could shoot this morning. So they've got the real heavy stuff on.
When there's more facial prosthetics, and we don't need to have the real Sam go through the 6-hour makeup, it's always better to have a double. So today we have 3 wolves that are all Josh, basically. Sammy's the lucky one right now because he has the small prosthetic with just the nails. I didn't know I liked the guy, so I tried to give him a break.
The prosthetic part is really the first few frames of this whole sequence. Because from that, we add our own computer-generated snout.
Our reference picture for today, because we shot a couple of weeks ago, is this guy, which I just saw yesterday with the computer graphic enhancements. It was pretty amazing.